gather at that entrance or the entrance that we did on the first day? Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
I think maybe. I don't know the other entrance.
The entrance we did on, I don't even talk to you. The entrance we did on the first day was, it was right in front of the Cannon building on that end, like the other end. Do you guys have any thoughts on it?
I mean, the other entrance is cooler, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just go back
What
and forth.
What do our videographers think?
I
Yeah.
like that one because the Capitol is behind.
Yeah, that one's
behind
cooler.
everybody.
That one's cooler.
Okay.
Okay, so the plan is we're gonna march back and forth to either end of the street, and then when we're gonna have one speaker at a time at each end of the street, and when the cops roll up, you know, they give us the warnings and shit, whatever, and then once they get there, we're gonna start marching again and leave and go to the other end of the street, and then do another speaker, and then when the cops come again, we'll march back to the other end of the street.
How much thought you give?
Yeah. It makes sense.
We've had 3 days to think about this. All right. You guys know the chants. You know what's up. You know what's up. Thank you for being here on a Monday also. What the fuck? You guys have a good time for Monday. So thank you for being here. It's cool. It's cool. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Good.
Make sure to keep that in stream.
Yes, yes.
Austin does never mind.
Never mind something. That's not like you.
Your house just say that to not me.
I didn't say that
He
out
didn't say that out loud about me.
Hot meat kettles.
All right, let's get it, everybody.
me black?
Ah.
Whoa! I didn't expect to get a little racist here, Tank.
All right.
Stop.
All right. Let's get it.
All right.
You know, if you're gonna tweet this, if you could tweet Force the Vote Rally, try to make it all the same thing so people can follow it.
Force the Vote Rally. Hashtag Force the Vote Rally. Okay. And Fraud Squad.
Franco, where you
Tweet
at?
them together.
Yeah, where's Franco? Oh, there he is.
What? I just said hi to you.
Right next to him.
All right.
Christmas sweater.
Who's streaming right now? Your status crew streaming right there. Status crew. Status crew. And MPP, Movement for People's Party also.
We're gonna be streaming on MCSU also.
And, okay, we got lots to choose from. MCSC also. Alright. Alright, let's get it. Alright, what do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
We don't get it.
Shut it down!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
said if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
what do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
what do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
don't drop the ball on Medicare for all. Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all!
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 What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
what do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Medicare for all!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
everybody in, nobody out.
That's what healthcare's all about!
Everybody in,
Nobody out! That's what healthcare's all about!
want?
On Medicare for all.
What do we want?
Medicare for all.
And when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Medicare for all.
And when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Medicare for all.
And when do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
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 what do we want?
Medicare for all.
And when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Medicare for all.
And when do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
don't drop the ball on Medicare for all. Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
Don't drop the ball.
On Medicare for all.
All right, everybody. I'd first like to invite up Christine Oldsmore, who's a candidate for Congress, a force vote leftist principled candidate for Congress, not one of these sellouts of the fraud squad. You know, to come up and say a few words about your campaign and about what you had to say about what happened yesterday in the halls of Congress. Everyone give Christine a big round of applause.
Thank you. I'm gonna take off my mask.
Yeah, if we could have a few people with signs behind Christine, maybe. I can hold one too if you want.
How's everybody feeling today? Are you ready to fight for health care? Yes. You know, I had planned a speech today. I had this beautiful speech about how I watched my uncle take his last breath because he was afraid to go to the doctor. Not that he was afraid of what the doctor would say. He wasn't afraid of a diagnosis. He was afraid of a bill. Yes. I had this beautiful speech prepared about how this pandemic has exposed the flaws in our system. This pandemic has exposed the disparities between the black and brown community, between the haves and the have-nots. It's exposed how our representatives do not care whether or not we have health care because they have government-funded health care and their people do not. We have seen that people are being diagnosed late for their illnesses because of this pandemic. We have seen that people are having to pay for COVID care when we were told that we were not going to have to pay. We are seeing the flaws in our system, but all of that doesn't matter now because I'm talking to people that know. The people that we need to be talking to, they let us down yesterday. The people that are supposed to care about this speech, about whether or not we can afford health care, they let us down yesterday. What is the point of abstaining from something if you're just going to turn around and vote anyway?
Yeah.
We elected officials that we thought we can trust, and the only people we can trust are the people that are here right now. You need to mobilize. You need to organize. We need to grow this movement. Because the only one that cares about our health, our well-being, whether or not we live or die, are the people right here that are showing up to fight. I had a beautiful speech prepared, but it doesn't matter anymore. We have been let down time and time again, and guess what? We are done.
Yeah.
Right.
Amen.
It is time to replace those that we put in office, that our taxpayer dollars pay their salary. People that have not been without health care. They have not been without money. We are tired of begging for a stimulus. We are tired of begging for health care. We are tired of begging to be treated as human beings.
Yeah.
We want representatives that will represent, and if you can't represent, then you need to get out.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying we need to force the vote. We need to force these people out, and we need to put people in that have political courage, people that are not afraid to stand up for the people, people that are not afraid to go against the establishment. The establishment I am tired. I don't want any more pretty speeches. I want to organize and mobilize. And that is what we will do. We have seen victories this weekend. We have seen victories this morning.
That's right.
Freedom of the press.
Yeah.
Woo! Julian Assange. Something that I prayed, but I didn't.
was your
I didn't
prayer.
know.
We had a
I
long-
didn't
We had a
know
long prayer.
that I was gonna wake up to a miracle.
Hey, Voodoo.
Stop it. What I'm saying is that the power of the people is what changes things. It was the organizing and the mobilizing. And so today I ask you to stop putting faith in politicians. Stop putting faith in the people that you elect and put faith in the people, the American people, because together we can have Medicare for all. Together we can have election integrity. Together we can have freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom. Together we can be treated as humans. We can have the right to have a home, the right to have health care. But we've got to do it together. Today is not just a message of force the vote. Today is a message of hope. Because look around. We made it happen. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Jimmy Dore. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, everyone that has put together for this moment. It's not to show us who our real representatives are. It was to show us how powerful we are when we come together. So forget them. We can do this. So today, I encourage you, don't be disappointed. Don't feel like all hope is gone. Just know that the fight is not dependent on the representatives. The fight is now dependent on you. Look in the mirror and say, the fight starts with me. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Another big round of applause for Christine. A hell of a speech. And God damn, I'd love to see that in Congress. I'd love to see Christine in Congress. So, if you guys have the ability, if you would like to support Christine, go to christineforcongress.com or .org, okay, and donate. Get involved, volunteer, because this is a campaign that has the potential to change this country, all right?
And Miami got real nice weather if you want to come volunteer.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, I'd like to now invite up, Craig. Craig Pasta, would you like to come up and speak? You want to come speak?
All right, you can give us your warnings and shit. We're gonna keep speaking. Copy.
What a victory yesterday for Julian Assange right off the bat, right? I'm going to pray more often. Thank you for doing that. There was a lot of positive energy. We had a circle. And today we caught a real big break. Julian Assange. Hopefully he'll get some bail. But, you know, I was really happy. Walked around the corner. I got a nice bagel. I got some coffee. And all of a sudden a homeless person came running up to me asking for some change. And my attitude changed really, really quick. And I just started thinking about all these people on the streets right now and the cold weather with the COVID going on. And realizing that they don't have any medical help whatsoever. There's no health care for them. I mean, there's no health care for a lot of us. And it just really